during that time we're sharing on social media.
Okay.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm choosing to ignore the cuts and bumps and bruises. I'm cruising through these haters, leave them looking stupid. They foolish if they think they'll ever hear my conclusion. I'm through with all these my-dramas and their excuses. I'm bruising eagles left and right every time I do this. I'm shooting for the top, no I'll never settle where you did. The future's in my hands, my grip will never lose it. My crew is ready to obtain the absolution, removing any doubt that we was ever fooling. So come on, step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution. Come on, step it off, break it down and lose it. Come on, follow us to the new revolution.
Rise and shine, my sinners.
When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Still Toking with. My name is Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. Jeffrey, fix your camera. You're sideways. And I just have to say, I've been working on a new intro for season 3. Not to toot my own horn, but it's going to be kick-ass. Benjamin, how's it going?
Am I sideways?
No, you're not. Well, I mean, maybe.
Right, dude? Season 3 kicks off next week.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe that shit?
That's crazy.
We've been doing this for that fucking long? Like, really?
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Yeah.
It's an addiction. It really is.
How long have you guys been together doing the show?
Since I don't know, 2019.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Going into the 3rd season. Oh, yes, that's right. We have guests tonight, don't we? what the hell's going on with Jeff down in our corner?
It's Jeff.
Jeff, we connected.
What are you doing?
What the heck happened? Did you get a phone call again? Now
Jeff will be your guest, and we'll interview Jeff.
What happened?
Why is everything so slow?
That's just you.
Oh,
Everything's running fine. What'd you take?
And we connected like half an hour early to
It's
get
not
all
running right for me. You
Jump
guys
up
are.
I think that fucking gummy kicked in a little too early there, buddy.
I kicked him.
You kicked him out.
He's gonna be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What I do?"
Leo, seeing
Yes, sir.
how you kicked out my fucking co-host, how about you introduce our amazing guest for me?
Okay, so our amazing, you may know a little independent film called Scream. Oh my God. So Nancy Ann Ritter, hopefully I pronounced your name right.
Yeah.
You were in one of the most iconic horror movies of all time, Scream. I actually went to the theater to go see it. Absolutely loved the movie. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm very good. I'm so happy to be with you guys. And what you can see my sweatshirt. I'm very nervous. I'll just be honest, but I'm really excited to be with you guys.
There is no reason to be nervous.
No.
Okay, good.
None at all.
Your intro did say I could be top. I did hear your intro say topless. So if I could do that, I'd be so excited. And then I just hold my boobies up like this. I mean,
well, you know that would definitely even things out because we've had a guest come on bottomless before. So it was
yeah, that's Jeff, right? All the time.
No. They're yeah. I'm not gonna say.
Look, I'm just looking at his picture. He's like,
I will do it though if you decide you want it.
Leo, are you fucking with me?
What?
I can hear you.
Do we still sound like this?
Is it really slow?
What'd you do?
No, I can't do this.
Bye.
I swear, you're right. His gummies kicked in, you know?
I don't know what the hell's going on. See what happens, Leo? I get sick. I'm not here last week, and the show goes to fucking hell.
Yeah. How are you feeling, by the way?
I feel wonderful.
Awesome.
You're about to be stabbed from behind.
I see that, but I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Do you want him to stab?
Well, it's like a lot of the people that I've dealt with in my life. They're behind me with a knife all the time, so it's
okay.
It's all good. I'm cool with it. You know, as long as he doesn't hit any vital organs, so that we can continue on with season 3, I am okay with it.
Would you like a lot of blood spouting out?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good.
The bloodier, the better.
Okay, good.
Yes, I'm a total gore, bloody scene. Oh yeah. I don't like to jump out from behind the door, scare me shit, because I scream like a girl.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I screamed. My friend and I took my little friend to the premiere, and I'd already seen the cast and crew screening of Scream, so I knew. But he screamed bloody murder, so then I screamed with him during the premiere screening.
Use promo code pathetic for Nancy's Future Bakery.
Oh no, that's so okay. So the guy, everyone's been asking me online, what do I think the girl in the bathroom is doing now?
Yeah.
And this really funny guy named Kelvin, who said that I'm running my own bakery in Woodsboro, and that the promo code to get little discounts for the baked goods is pathetic, since that's the very last line I say to the cheerleader. So,
Very
and all
cool.
caps. Oh, lovely. Just lovely. Look at the little tatas.
Right, I like the beret. The beret gets me.
It was a and the mom khakis.
In the mom khakis.
A lot of people online make total fun, and I didn't get, like, I know. Okay, so Skeet advocated, like, they wanted Skeet to wear like be like a jock and wear a football varsity jacket, and he was like, oh hell no. And he wore, I mean, if you remember, he wore the white, just like a white t-shirt with the V. But he'd already done movies, and I didn't know how to advocate for myself. I didn't know how to advocate for the girl in bathrooms costume. So what they gave me is what I wore, and they cut my bangs in the trailer. So I was horrified when I saw the screening. I was like, oh no, that is just atrocious. Everything. Normally I'm not reviled, but I was totally reviled. But yeah, they did try me on in a purple mini skirt to match the purple top, and Wes Craven came in and he was like, no. So, but yeah, the green berets are embarrassing. Yeah. But
Jeffrey,
it is a good contrast, I think, with the cheerleader. Jeff?
You can hear it going super slow on his end.
Yeah, I can hear it going super slow on his end, but I don't know
He needs
why.
to restart his computer.
It's the iPad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're going to turn the volume down because all we hear is.
Yeah.
Where the hell did he go again?
I kicked him again. Brandon once says, "Hey Nancy, do you have any pics from the premiere?"
I have Brandon. He's such a sweet friend, new friend. I have no pics from the premiere. I do have fun pics of hanging out, like way after filming was done, with Leonora and other castmates, just at like Thanksgiving and different parties. But those are all in storage. You can blame my physically abusive ex-husband for why I'm here in my parents' house, thus the decor. But we can all blame this on the ex-husband because he was like Ike Turner. Yeah. So all my great Scream pics, like after the filming was done, those are all in storage, unfortunately. But the cheerleader, Leonora, is a really good cook, and I have a great picture of her behind this huge turkey with a baster. And yeah, I have great pictures of all of that stuff with Skeet and other people. Yeah. Nice. But nothing. All I can show you now, Brandon, is my tatas to keep it exciting.
But that's on the fans only, and you have to subscribe.
Oh, okay. And then
we'll get you some money.
Okay. I'll do it for free. I don't care. At this point, I don't care. I'm serious.
I have to totally congratulate you for getting away from an abusive relationship. I personally, I know that's very difficult to do, and huge congratulations to you. Very happy for you.
Thank you. And I don't mean, I actually can laugh about it now because it's so, just having distance from it. I just think it just makes me laugh. I know that probably sounds weird, but the only thing I do different now is, the tank tops that pre my marriage, I used to always say, oh, I'm going to wear my wife beater tank top today. I definitely don't mind when anyone else says it. But then once I was married to a wife beater, I was like, maybe I won't refer to my little male tank tops as wife beater tank tops. But no, I don't mind. I love jokes about it. Any kind of humor about it really is cathartic for me. And yeah, I'm just glad he's gone. We met on a little independent film where I played a big part called Charlie's Party. And that was like in 2003 or 4. And then I stayed 6 years with him, which was really smart. But yeah, but thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah, I don't talk about it much myself, but I was in one for about a decade, and
Were?
Oh yeah.
Was it a guy or a girl, or your mom and dad?
No, it was my wife. It was I've had, it was both emotional and physical. I've had like a full, the big bottles of Lysol. I've been whacked in the head with one of those. Steak knife to the leg. just. Yeah.
And was wow. We have to talk sometime. My ex-husband's favorite thing that got the police to our apartment was a huge landline phone, and he's really strong, and he did like a 360-degree Wonder Woman turn and then just plowed it over my head. I fell to the ground and I saw stars, but his thing was, I'm gonna call your dad. That was his that's why he had the phone in his hand. The police came. It was really, these 3 guys came from, we were living in New York City at the time, and these 3 big guys from a speakeasy a couple doors away, they were like, we know he's hurting you. We know he's hurting you. And I was sobbing, and they're like, well, the police are right behind us. And I totally covered for him. The girl, Gabby Petito, who was murdered by the blonde, like murdered a few months ago.
Yeah.
I missed that.
When the police pulled them over, a 911 call came in that he had been beating her up. But the reason it struck me so much is she covered for him the whole time. During the police call on the side of the road took like an hour, and you just see her sobbing the whole time. So
well,
isn't this entertaining for everybody?
Well, it is. It's a different kind of show, and that's what we love about what we do, is because we're not scripted.
Okay.
And a lot of people might be tuning in because they want to hear questions about Scream and questions about your career, but this is a side that a lot of your fans probably don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's therapeutic for you to touch on it.
Oh, sure.
So therefore, we're all for it.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. No, I love, I was about to say, I love talking about it. No, I do. Some other people have written for a few other interviews I've had. Some people in response have written really nice things. And I remember when I first shared about it on Facebook, I went to Duke Ellington School of the Arts, the high school, and a lot of friends, especially from Duke Ellington, wrote in and said sharing my story really helped them. And if they were presently in an abusive situation, it helped them to try to figure out an exit strategy. So yeah, I'm an open book, and I love, not that I like talking about it. I really actually would like to do a stand-up comedy routine about it, but I know that probably sounds weird, but
well, no, it doesn't. That's the thing. It's your passion. It's what's driving you, and it's what's helping you through a situation, and just because you started sharing that at the beginning of the show, I mean, I knew a little bit about Leo's situation, but I've never really asked him about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never really, I don't openly talk about it. And I think that's,
well, you just did to 247,000 people.
Oh, I know.
Yay!
Hey, Jeff's back. Look at that.
Yay!
You figured
What
it
the
out.
fuck, man? That was the weirdest experience.
Well, we really were talking slow, so it was real. You weren't imagining it.
Yeah, no, I don't believe that for a minute. That's how it was. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I know I ate a piece of brownie, but seriously?
I know some questions came in. We'll get to those in a second.
Brandon Fernandez said, so proud of you, Nancy. Stay strong for us ladies.
Oh,
so,
thank
but yes, sharing that part of your life with your fans, I think really helps you connect to the fans.
Oh, yeah.
Or even to somebody that might be watching this later on or listening to it later on that's in an abusive relationship that says, well, she was able to get out. Leo touched on, he was able to get out.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get out.
And people never think with Leo's situation of a woman, people forget that women can be just as easily abusive to men. So I'm really sorry to Leo. Did you say you stayed with her for 10 years?
12 years. And actually, the reason why I got out is she actually passed away.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it was
I wish my ex husband death. So
well, I have to tell you, it's the most
I'm not laughing at you, Leo. I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. I have to say it's the most.
Wow, I apparently missed a lot.
Yeah, you did.
It's the most fucked up feeling to feel sad and happy at the same time. You know, it's you know, it was like I told a friend of mine when I got back. It was like, you know, I've been set free. You know.
Yeah.
It was but you know, raised up my parents, you know, raised me up you know, I believe with good morals to you never lay hands on a woman. And no matter how much I was attacked, I never hit back. Matter of fact, my forearm, I virtually have no feeling in it from just blocking attacks.
Leo, that's not from blocking attacks.
Oh, geez.
That's from this.
No.
I'll tug on it for you, Leo.
There we go.
so that you to spare your arm.
Oh, thank you.
I did
share that brownie.
There was something you said. I have to admit, I did. After he'd slapped me a bunch of times, he was taking a drink of coffee, and I did shove the mug of coffee in his face. And I remember thinking, just delusionally, I thought, okay, if there's going to be anyone hitting anyone, it is not going to be me to him. But then in my fucked up mind, I was like, it'll only be, if there's going to be abuse, it'll only be him to me. Because I felt really badly about shoving the mug of coffee in his face like that. I never had done anything like that. It didn't burn him, luckily, but it was really jarring for me. And so yeah, just making sure. So I'm guilty of that, which I feel horrible. But then having the realization that I didn't want to be the aggressor. But that that's such a weird thing to then think, well, if I had that clarity, why didn't I just get the hell out of there? And I was just so messed up.
Well, it's not messed up. You feel embarrassed, you know, and I totally understand, you know, trying to protect that. Like, you don't want it to get out, you know, so like out in public and everything, trying to like cover up for it and everything. It's a lot.
Yeah. And when and he was from Australia, so he didn't have his permanent residency card. And I had an opportunity to tell the police when they were there, but the markings didn't show. And I'm saying this to be fun. I mean, I know I'm not trying to get people to feel sorry for me, but the markings didn't show until the next day. And I remember he rolled on top of me in bed and he was like, oh, thank God these didn't show yesterday when the police were here. But yeah, I totally covered. I wish police could like feel you to feel the swelling. I know that sounds weird. I know they can't help you out of something unless I was being forthright and telling them that he plowed me over the head with the phone. But I do want to say one funny thing. Since he loved calling my dad anytime there was difficulty, like we were having a difficult conversation about medical insurance. And so finally I said, you know what? You don't bother my dad. And I picked up the phone and I called his parents in Australia. And I said, I just want you to know, can't say his name. I just want you to know that your son is hits me. And his mom started saying, oh, no, please tell me he doesn't do that. And Matthew, and oh God, and Larry, Larry grabbed the phone. And he tells the parents, he said, I do not hit her to hurt her. And when I told my sister that, she fell on the floor laughing because why else do you hit someone? So that stuff is what makes me laugh so much, because it was just crazy. And to me, that is the funniest thing that I've ever heard come out of someone's mouth. I do not hit her to hurt her.
That's ridiculous.
But yes, his name's Larry. I'm joking. Because I kept almost saying his name, which would be terrible. Yeah. I don't want him to sue me, or I don't know what can happen if you.
Absolutely not.
And I mean, you're speaking the truth, and he didn't say a full name, so
right. Yeah, okay, we don't know the last name or his place of residence. Or, we'll send that out in the private messages.
Right.
When I move back to New York, I can just picture him stalking the subway platforms and waiting like the Scream guy behind you. Right now, I'm in Alexandria, Virginia with my parents.
Nice.
Nice. But I'm hoping to go back up. New York's just 4 hours north, so I was there for 12 years, so I'm hoping to move back up there.
What part of New York were you in?
We were in... Well, and then the dummy with me, we were in the West Village, and the only way I could have afforded that, or that we did afford that, was it was a rent-stabilized apartment. The woman, I don't mean to laugh at death, but the woman who had lived there before us, she died after like 30 years of living there, and her rent when she died was $540. And because it was a like if it had been rent controlled, like if I would have been related to the woman who died, then it could have stayed like around the $500 range. But since I wasn't related to her, they could kick it up, but only within rent stabilization rules. So that was the only way. It was a needle in a haystack, and but that was the only way we could have afforded to live there because of the much lower rent. Yeah.
Right.
So thanks to my fucking husband, I'm down here, and I gave up the apartment, which was my dumb mistake. But not because of him. I mean, I wasn't doing well, but he didn't make me give it up. I just was super, super dumb and gave it up. So now I've got to suck a lot of dick and go topless so I can make money. I mean, I will say, okay, this is probably going to get me in so much trouble, but if Harvey Weinstein was like, suck it, I would. That's probably going to get me. If it was going to get me a part in one of his movies, I'm sure everyone's going to like turn the interview off. But I would.
She's going to wake up tomorrow with like an inbox full of job promotions.
I'm going to be canceled. Nobody knows who I am, but I'm going to be canceled.
Oh, crap.
So Kelvin is asking, did they ever try to contact you to bring you back for a cameo in Scream 4?
They did not. They did not. I guess I'm grateful that our scene didn't. I knew Leonora was amazing as the cheerleader. I'm grateful that our scene didn't end up on the cutting room floor because of my very stiff acting. But no, so we haven't been asked back. But if Scream keeps going, then hopefully maybe one day we'd be asked back. Maybe I know someone wants to do a fan film with a funny thing of us well, I can't give. Anyways, people are always having it. The fans
things are in the works.
Right.
Yeah, things are in the works.
And hey, if it falls through, there's always the bakery.
That's all. There's always the bakery and nudity.
Wait a minute, bakery? I don't remember anything about a fucking bakery.
Well, dude,
I don't
that's
remember
because you
anything
kept
about the nudity.
You kept falling out of the show.
Do I have to tell him the bakery, or will that?
He can go back and watch it later.
I'll watch it later.
Good. I like to bake cookies naked. No. I haven't gotten any since 2017, so that's why I talk a lot about nudity. And I'm living with my parents the last several years, so it's like I'm a nun living in.
Really?
Well, if I know, yes, really. I have married men who I dated who called to try to have phone sex with me, and like who I dated, and good friends. And I'm like, you're married with children. why do you keep calling me? 2 different friends of mine. Look at Ben.
Are you okay, Ben?
I'm fucking crying over here.
That's the best I get right now.
We'll see. Yeah.
Leo.
Yeah.
Is it about that time?
Holy
Yeah, it's about that time.
shit! Is that time? This time is flying by.
That's because I wasn't here for the first half.
Well, yeah, that made it go a little bit smoother.
Yeah, it was good when you weren't here. No, I'm so glad you're here because we got to talk while Leo.
We talked backstage.
Yeah, we talked backstage.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've already done your interview. Quiet down, Leo.
Okay. We got a bunch of people watching, so I want to thank everybody for watching. There's still plenty of show left to go. We're having a blast here. This is a great show. But we need to pay the bills, and we do have some sponsors, and one of them, movies are out. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Holy shit, you need to see that movie. It's out right now and breaking all sorts of records. Even with everything going on in the world, but you don't want to hear about that. Prospect Theater is an awesome sponsor of ours, and then check it out. Oh, and I hit the wrong button.
What else is fucking new?
Did you know around 83% of Americans with disabilities are unemployed? We are changing that. The Prospector Theater is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to providing competitive and integrated employment for adults with disabilities through the operation of a first-run movie theater in Ridgefield, Connecticut. We greet, seat, and treat our audiences to the best, most accessible movie-going experience in the world. Hollywood blockbusters, delicious gourmet popcorn, and one-of-a-kind pink glove service. Join us for a movie and see our sparkle in action. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit www.prospectortheater.org.
And Token with the Dead episode 2 is available very soon. Check it out.
Fucked up nightmare.
And Ben and Jeff have some awesome hot sauce. Here we go. And as always, you can learn more about all those in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. How'd the monkey do?
The monkey did good.
Not bad.
All except
Started
for
off
the
a little
beginning,
rough.
you know, pushing the wrong fucking button again.
Started off a little rough, yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. We'll let it slide because you know what? This is the end of season 2.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, this is the last.
This is our last show for 2021.
Going out with the acclaimed actress Nancy Ann Ritter, the most famous person on the earth.
Right?
Right?
Celebrating the 25th year of Scream.
That's right. Yes. And you're talking to the person who had the smallest part. Well, maybe not one of the smallest.
There's no small parts.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Trust me.
And there are some people who have big parts, as Jeff knows.
Thank you for that.
You and Leonora, though, had such a pivotal role, though, because you give a lot of the backstory in that one scene.
Yeah. No, a lot of fans have come forward and said that the scene, some people who were bullied in school in the way that Nev Campbell was being attacked and being bullied, like in the school, like with the guys running around in the Scream masks and everything. Fans have said that the scene really made them feel seen and that it mirrored their own experience. So I was really, I was really moved by that. And Leonora, as the cheerleader, gives so much good expositional backstory information and regarding Nev. So yeah, it is a pivotal moment.
So Kelvin's asking, have you dreamt of being part of another horror franchise?
Oh, yes, I would. I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled with any job. And I would love. Horror films terrify me, so it was fun to be a part of Scream and kind of break through that fear. So yeah, I'd be thrilled to be a part of another franchise. So
Billy did say Alexander is 2 hours away.
Yeah, that's what he was just saying.
Yep.
Who's Alexander?
No, where you are.
Oh. I live. That's mostly right. I live in Alexandria, so the Alexand is right, and then RIA. But yeah, Alexander, my imaginary friend, lives with me in Alexandria. Yeah. Wait, 2 hours away from
Norfolk.
From
Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk.
Wait, no, I don't.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Norfolk, Virginia.
Wait, but is that where? Wait, who's in Norfolk?
Okay, so besides the show that we're interviewing you on, Jeff and I do a lot of other things.
Okay.
So we wrote a comic book series. We're writing a book. We're starring in our TV series, but we got in with a promoter who does Tidewater Horror Convention in Norfolk last year. So I think he was making a reference to that you're only 2 hours from where he holds the horror convention. I think this one's in September, right? Yes.
Tidewater.
Yeah, Maryland is August. So I replied with, "You want Nancy at Tidewater?" ? So.
Oh yeah, I would totally do it if he wants me. Yes.
So.
Well, based on everything you said, I would agree with that.
I realize I have to whisper a little bit because our house is tiny, and my parents are right upstairs. So I'll whisper the dirty thing.
It's like being in high school. It's like my parents are upstairs. Shh.
My dad.
Don't talk so loud.
I'm 48 years old with my parents, who are amazing, but my dad would be dying if he. I hope they're not listening at the door, but whatever. I told him you've got to have a gimmick, Dad. I did a Splat from the Past audio interview, and he was like, "Can you get them to delete that?" I didn't tell him what I said, and I was like, "No, Dad.
No, that can't happen.
And I said, look, I'm 48 years old. I can't live with you guys forever. I've got to, do what I got to do. So.
Right. So looks like we'll be talking to Billy off air. But we actually became really good friends with the promoter and became part of the horror convention that he's doing in Norfolk and the Pop and Horror Con that he's doing in Maryland, where this entity right here runs the entire media package.
Okay.
So all the guests that are there that do panels, the panels are broadcast live worldwide.
Yeah.
And it gives people overseas an opportunity to meet some of the, icons, I guess you would call them, to them, and ask them a question where they would never be able to come to the convention. So
cool.
It's something that we offer conventions.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
So we travel to different ones. But Jeff and I have Jeff. He must have got a phone call.
I was going to say, no, we can still talk dirty and loud, and you don't have to delete anything. Did you say that's why we have to talk to the Billy off air? You don't
no. Talking about potentially having you down to Tidewater Horror Convention.
Oh, okay. I was worried that you don't have.
But Billy will call me off air, and then this is Billy Middlestat. He'll call me off air, and then him and I will talk and make the connections where they need to be made to make things work.
What the fuck? Now this electronic shit, I'm getting pissed off.
Well, don't be so damn cheap and buy a fucking laptop, dude. They're like $200.
No, you don't spend $200 on. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, no shit.
But you go get an Apple credit card and go get
get a credit card, Jeff.
Yeah, I'll just go get a credit card.
No. They give you so much to pay it off with like no interest. And
dude, if he switches to Apple, I'm going to drive to Connecticut just to put my foot in your ass.
He should be on Apple. He's a creative.
Wait, where are you guys? Jeff's in Connecticut, and where's Leo?
No, actually, Leo is in Connecticut.
Okay.
Jeff is
Halifax,
southeast of Boston, and I am south of Boston in Plymouth.
Wait, so not Halifax, but south. Okay, you're in Plymouth, and
I'm where supposedly the Pilgrims landed.
Okay, yes, and Jeff is southeast of Boston. Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's about 15 minutes north of me.
I'm in a little horse town.
Little hick town called Halifax.
Oh, it really is called Halifax. I was thinking Canada. It really is called Halifax.
Yes.
Leo's down in that fucking Connecticut place.
Oh, gee. Everybody hates on Connecticut. Have you traveled to Connecticut, Nancy?
Yes, I did. I worked at the Eugene O'Neill Theater Center in Waterford, Connecticut. Many years ago. Do you know that one?
Oh, totally. Yeah. There's a park next to there that we walk at. I'm over near Mystic.
Oh, Mystic. Yeah. I threw up in Mystic. When I was not because you were there, but that's my only memory of Mystic. I had eaten barbecue chicken, which did not sit well, and I was maybe 10. And I told my parents and my sisters, I was like, "It's coming up," and I ran out of the restaurant and threw up right in front
this is
of
what I'm talking about, Leo.
Jeez.
But Mystic is really pretty. Before I vomited, yeah.
Oh yeah, you added a lot of color to it.
I yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Holy shit.
But yeah,
right.
So I do know Mystic, of course. And I've been back there as an adult and I didn't puke in it. Maybe it's because I knew you were there, Leo.
That must be it.
No,
yeah.
I'm totally joking.
But yeah, Eugene O'Neill, that whole area in Waterford is so nice.
So it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Did you ever do the Eugene O'Neill summer home is where A Long Day's Journey into Night was based, when you go and look through the windows, it looks just like in the play. Eugene O'Neill really describes the setting of the house and how everything looks. And so when you look through the windows of the home, it looks just like how he describes it in A Long Day's Journey into Night. And I think you can tell me, I want to say that his boyhood home is in New London, Connecticut. Or maybe it is in Waterford.
No, well, New London and Waterford are right next to each other. Right. I believe you're right. That is in New London.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but no, you have the movie Mystic Pizza. So that's that ups the Connecticut, currency.
Oh yeah. And I know this means nothing, but apparently Hallmark is in love with this area because they keep on filming over here.
I don't understand why. We filmed in Connecticut for 3 days, and it was the most expensive fucking 3 days of my life.
Where did you film?
In the middle of nowhere.
Where the hell were we? We were in a cannabis field.
Yes, you're over in the Gold Coast near New York and stuff. You got to come up.
Well, yeah, but that's where we filmed is New York.
No, it was like the middle. It was like the middle of Connecticut, but in the north.
Take a trip up here. Go through like Stonington Borough, and
I've been to Connecticut. I stayed in Mystic. I've spent weekends out there.
I drive through Connecticut every time we go to New York.
Yep.
And I look out the window and go, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
No, but I've spent time in Connecticut.
I'll tell you some areas to go to that.
I'll tell you some areas to go to.
I did have another time in New Canaan, Connecticut. I was in a threesome in a film, but a G-rated threesome. The movie I met my lovely husband is called Charlie's Party. You know who you should get is Kim Director, which she was in Blair Witch, the sequel. Anyways, my little threesome was with Kim. If you put her name in and see, you'll recognize her face. But my little threesome was with Kim Director and then Rick Ocasek's son, Rick Ocasek of the Cars. It was his son, Aaron. And I was topless in the movie and we kissed. The little threesome was just kissing, but that took place in Connecticut.
Nice.
Oh, look at that. She threw up and got naked in Connecticut. And it still doesn't up the property value. Sorry.
And I did. My character had to drink to where she passes out, and I made the rookie mistake of drinking. Like I know Jeff Bridges said that, of drinking. Well, I got so wasted, and the executive producer, who was older, kept telling the younger filmmakers that he was like, she's gone. And they were like, no, she's just in character. And they at one point, I blacked out, so I don't remember any of this, but it was told to me. Like my character, I was holding red wine, but because I was like moving and swaying on the couch, they were like, oh, okay, let's take the red wine away. And then when my character has to wake up after laying down on the couch, and I see Kim Director's face. Well, okay, like if I wake up and I would say, Ben, Leo, Jeff, but I'd have to see you all to do that. Well, I was saying all of my lines to the floor. But I thought I was looking at them, and my hair was in my face, and the cinematographer was like, I need you to look up. I need you to look up. And then finally was like, look at the ceiling. But I kept just saying them to the floor. And so
I am looking at the ceiling. It's spinning.
So I did throw up again because I fell off. And oh no, they had to run me out to the garage, and then I puked, and then they had to take me to the emergency room because my blood alcohol level was 0.24. Is that a lot?
Wow.
They had to hook me up to an IV, and all of this was told to me. I blacked out, and then I woke up under the IV and then heavy blankets, and so they had to stop shooting that scene, and we had to come back the next night.
Yeah. So to all you indie and wannabe actors and actresses, that's why they don't drink the real wine.
Wait, say again. I missed.
You're not supposed to drink all that real wine.
Oh yeah, we practiced our threesome in we were staying in Stamford in this little low.
You even get to practice?
We got to practice with, just Rick. Okay, I'm totally name dropping.
How do you practice a threesome?
We totally did.
I was waiting for this.
But it was just, unfortunately, it wasn't sex. It was just kissing. But we just worked on director came with a bottle of wine, but I realized I was the only one drinking it. And we just practiced, because it was a first-time director. So we were like, oh, we got to work on figuring this out in the hotel room. And then I just kept drinking. So by the time the producer picked us up, I was laying in Rick Ocasek's son's lap. Do you like how I love how I keep name dropping.
Absolutely.
I was laying in his lap, and I actually did bring up Harvey Weinstein in the car. I was like, whoever I have to blow to get this movie released, I'll do it. So that was my last memory of what happened that night. But no, I won't make that mistake again.
No,
I wish I knew which movie. I'd read an article what movie Jeff Bridges, as a young actor, he did the same thing, but I can't remember what movie of his that would have been.
I will admit that usually inexperienced actors and actresses all make that mistake. I can say Jeff and I have made that mistake during the filming of the TV series.
Ben, what we do is a complete mistake.
Well, no shit, but we were smoking a lot of THC. Weed? Well, yeah, we were smoking a lot of weed that was THC because we were just doing the scenes.
Right.
And we got to a point where our co-star came out and she looked at us. She goes, guys, I can't smoke any more weed. And everybody off set was laughing, and we turned and it looked like we filled a bar room. Everybody was contact high. They're eating animal crackers. It was fucking hilarious. But after that, we reached out to some friends and we were like, can you get us like CBD and CBG so like we can smoke a shitload and not get high? And they were like, oh yeah, great, here you go. Fucking movie props. Who would have thought?
Right.
Yeah. Shout out to Wepa.
Just real quick, was the movie Crazy Heart?
Maybe. Well, no, that was when he was older. It was the article. It was when he was younger. He said he made the rookie mistake. Like when he first started acting in films. So I don't know which one that would have been. I don't know which one, but it was fun. When I read the article, I was like, oh, that's what I did. But I don't know which one it was, but I think it was one of his first movies, I guess.
I'm just trying to like Google and
I'm just sitting here going like this. I mean, we're 52 minutes into the show and the show is gone.
Kelvin
all over the fucking place.
Kelvin says Nancy's first cupcake confirmed, the Knight Ritter.
The Knight Ritter. Oh, for Knight. Well, Knight Rider and then Knight Ritter. Knight Ritter is the big hedge fund company. Wait, no, Knight Ritter.
I think he was playing off words of your last name.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not that dumb, but
he's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to analyze this. Shut up, will you? I'm sorry.
No, well, I could be, Knight Ritter, KNIGHT, that company, and then Knight Rider. But yeah. So that's what he said. The cupcake would be. That's fun. Yeah.
So before we came on, you mentioned that you actually did a lot of plays.
Yeah.
Or stage shows.
Yeah.
Tell the audience a little bit about that, because you seemed like that was something that you really liked.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You went to Duke Ellington, right?
Yeah. So I started as a young kid when I was 9, did tons of plays. By the time I was ready to go to high school, I didn't want to go to my neighborhood high school. And I had found out about Duke Ellington School of the Arts, which is in Washington, D.C. So I auditioned for that school and got in. And then that was an amazing, your academics are 8:30 to 1, and then all of your theater classes are 1 to 5. So it's a real intense, immersive experience. And then we would have rehearsals when we were working on different productions. We would have rehearsals till like 10 or 11 at night. So I'll name drop again. That's how Dave Chappelle, who we call David, that's how you become like brother and sister, because you're with each other so much. And he has a better memory than I do, but he remembers playing Spin the Bottle. 4 of us playing Spin the Bottle. In between like a break from all of our classes before rehearsal. So we were with each other morning, noon, and night. So you become like brother and sister. So it was a really small school. So, yeah. And then
I love the name drops too.
Oh, just name drops. My friend will say, oh, you just dropped another name, and he'll pick it up off the floor. I got
that's so you can drop it again.
Yeah, I got a new name. Got to do name drops because people don't know who I am. So, but yeah, I do have a lot of name drops. I'm very celebrity adjacent. I'm adjacent to a lot of famous people. Because I'm a star fucker, so not really. I did get wasted. Okay, I'll just do another name drop. I did get wasted with Catherine. Do you know Catherine Hahn, the actress?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so she and I went to Northwestern University, and we were in acting class together, and we were in a play together. And again, I can't hold my liquor. And at one of the cast parties, Catherine goes, "I'm going to get wasted." And because I idolized Catherine, I was like, "I'm going to get wasted too." And I was like rail thin at the time, and they were serving double shots of vodka, and I blacked out again and was taken. Catherine could hold her liquor. I could not. Blacked out again, threw up again. Catherine came running over with a bucket. And I don't remember anything after that. And they had to take me to the emergency room then. And then I had to do 9 hours of alcohol counseling. And they threatened to tell my parents. And I was like, no, please. So I did stop drinking. When I stopped drinking was right at the wrap party for Scream. They flew me back up to Santa Rosa, and everyone else had their boyfriends with them. Like, so David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Rose McGowan had a guy with her. Leonora had someone with her. Everyone was paired off, and I show up by myself. And Leonora was like, "Oh, come sit with all of us." And she was sitting with all the leads and everything. And so I went to the bar, the open bar, and I was like, "Oh, I got to get drunk to deal with all of it."
And I blacked out.
Luckily, I didn't black out, but I did get together with one of the lighting guys. And right as he came in my mouth, I was saying, "Don't come in my mouth." And then he came in my mouth. That was with the lighting guy from Scream. So I stopped drinking alcohol after Scream because it was not going well for me.
I hope so.
Leo's turning red. I love it. It wasn't me this time.
I have I don't tolerate, it just goes through me, and so I stopped. I remember David. Okay, again, name dropping. I can't call him Dave Chappelle because that sounds weird. David had edibles, like big gummy squares, and he was like, "Do you want one?" I was like, "I've never had one of those." And his manager and agent were like, No, don't give her any.
She'll black out.
So I took a teeny corner of it, but it was good. That was a couple years ago. I knew better than to, because the last time I'd smoked pot was in Vermont. The friend dropped me off. We were staying at the Von Trapp Family Lodge, the Sound of Music family. I came back to the guest house where my parents live, were staying, and I did black out again. I got in the shower. I did have alcohol with the heavy pot. And I got in the shower, and then I don't remember, but somehow I ended up naked in my bed with my parents.
Naked? Wait a minute. You said naked?
That's what because my parents are Southern, so we say naked. I never knew that it was pronounced naked until I was older. And then I was like, I don't know. I don't like how naked sounds.
She likes naked.
Naked. Okay.
All right.
Okay, continue.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I guess I blacked out because I didn't remember. I don't know how I ended up with all my clothes off and in my parents' bedroom with them in bed. Naked.
Honey, so, what? Yeah. Your daughter.
And they said,
our daughter? No. Your daughter.
They saw me. I mean, they were like, "Hi, in the morning." They were like, "It's time to go to breakfast." And I was like, "Oh, I'm in your bed naked." Didn't even faze them. So yeah, I would love to try all drugs. But I don't think I'd come out the other end because of my previous foray.
She'd up naked somewhere. Or blacked out in the emergency room.
Right. When I did my 9 hours of alcohol counseling, Northwestern's outside of Chicago. So they talked about how one girl, a student, passed out in the snow on campus and just she didn't die, but she passed out and was just lying in the snow. And then you hear about this at other colleges, like on our campus, a guy in a fraternity was blacked out and he tried to crawl from the window of his room in the fraternity house to another window and he fell to his death. So which is very sad, but the alcohol counseling did work, but then I scream and then it stopped working because there are all these because Leonora was friends with all the famous people in the movie. And Leonora was so generous and good with me. She would invite me along to all of the things with the lead cast members. So, and I was just nervous because I had just moved there. I was 22 years old and I never had been. Leonora had grown up in that world as a youngster and then as a young girl. And then by the time she was doing Scream, she had really close relationships with a few of the cast members. And then, so she was very used to that world and I was not. So she was really nice and, bringing me along to everything. Yeah. So that's what I do have pictures of, but in storage. Yeah. But I will tell you I can't see, there's some things I would love to say, but I can't say them, but maybe you can extrapolate. When we got to set, I had this dinky teeny, I was grateful to be in the movie, but a little dinky walk up, so not a full-size trailer, just a little dinky walk-in.
Like you had a little hut?
Not even a hut, like it was like a privy. Like it was just a little privy. It's like had a toilet and a counter and it was really narrow. And Leonora, they had given her a big trailer. And she was so sweet. She knew where I was and she was like, come hang out with me in the trailer. And so she's just was great, so generous and kind to me from the very beginning. We practiced our little scene in her hotel bathroom. We used the bathtub as the stalls and then walked out of hiked our leg over the bathtub and then practiced doing the little makeup stuff in the mirror. So yeah, but thanks to her, she made me a lot more comfortable just on set and because she'd already done movies before and she was a part of that world. So it really, she just helped relax me. And, but another thing with alcohol, I know I'm going to get canceled, but they put me on the flight. You can't be canceled when nobody knows who you are. That's my because they tried to because I know they try to cancel Dave Chappelle all the time and he never bites. But on the flight to Santa Rosa, they said the casting director Lisa Beach would be on my flight. They said, we're not sitting you next to her because she's terrified of flying, so she'll probably be screaming the whole time. And then when we flew into Oakland and the driver picked me and Lisa Beach up. And right when we got in the van, she pulled out a little flask of whiskey and she was like, here. And I was so nervous. I was like, okay. And had the whiskey with her. Yeah. But yeah, she was really not Lisa Beach, the casting director, is super nice. Yeah.
You okay over there, Leo?
Yeah, car alarm's going off. So I was just.
So hey,
do you want to know
car
how
alarm's going off?
Yeah, there's a car alarm going off on a street.
Well, can't hear it.
Oh.
I can't.
You want to know how I got the part? You don't have to ask me that, but I could just tell you.
Did you blow somebody?
I knew. I wish. fish. No, luckily I didn't have to do that, but I know I will have to now going forward. That's what it's going to be. 48 years old. I'm not an ingenue. I got to do what I got to do, and I've got a wide mouth. And I can take the cum now. I got really good at taking the cum and swallowing it. So unlike
turning fucking red.
Unlike with the lighting boy and Scream, I was like, no, don't come in my mouth, and it came like spurting out of my mouth. No, but I didn't have to blow anybody. My friend at the time, okay, I'll tell you this. You tell me if you're bored. I'll tell you this really fast. Wes Craven's assistant, Julie Pleck, was a friend of mine from Northwestern University, and Julie's gone on to be, she produced some of the subsequent sequels. At the time, she was Wes's assistant. She called me randomly in like the end of 95, early 96, and she was like, how tall are you? And I said, I'm 5'7", and she said, great, Wes is screen testing 5 actresses for the lead, and the average height of the 5 actresses is 5'7", and would I be the female stand-in for Sidney that day? And they paid me $75, one of the actresses that day was Neve Campbell, and it was really interesting. Like the first half of the day, they didn't need me, and so I just stood behind Wes Craven, because he had a good view of his monitor. And then the two scenes were the scene where Skeet crawls through the window, and they have that little G-rated, the top of the bed action, or on top of the bed action, and then the scene where the killer calls Neve. And so I liked standing behind him to see the monitor and then his scenes. And then halfway through the day, he turns around to me and Wes goes, wait, what's making you laugh? Am I bored? Now I'm supposed to.
No. So somebody made a comment in the chat that said the 18 and up is in full effect tonight.
Oh, good.
Hey, we're closing out season 2 with a bang. That's all I'm saying.
Bang. I got to. But anyways, he turned around to me and he said, Wes said, do you know the lines to the 2 scenes? And since I'd been watching the first few actresses do the scenes, I was like, yeah, I know the lines. And he gave me a little script, because he was deciding with some of the actresses to, rather than keep the camera just in one place and lighting, he wanted to do different movements and different angles, which he hadn't done the first half of the day. So he went to check on one of the actresses reading for Sidney. And so I had a little time, and then so I stood in for Sidney in the bedroom scene, and then they had a guy standing in for Skeet's part, and then the killer scene. And when I'll tell you one thing. Do you remember the line where Skeet crawls in to where he crawls into her bedroom and Neve Campbell says, so you thought you would come crawl in my bedroom window and we'd have a little raw footage? You can say if you don't remember it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, so she says raw footage, but in the script at the time, instead of raw footage, it was bump, like bump hyphen bump, like hump, but bump. So I'd been watching all the actresses do that little phrase, and I thought to myself, oh, if I were auditioning today, how would I say bump? So just having fun, like trying to put my own stamp on it. So then Wes Craven, after we did the scenes, he came right up to me and shook my hand, and he said, that was excellent. And then he said, have her read for one of the bathroom girls. And that's how all that came about. So no blowjobs. I got it, just fair and square. I read for the cheerleader first, and I was terrible in the audition. Wait, now what? What's making another comment?
Just laughing at Leo.
Why? What did I do?
You were like, that's wonderful. She was like, no blowjobs. I got it fair and square. And you're like, well, that's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
It's a good story.
It was a good story.
It was great. Sorry, I smoked a little before the show. So.
Oh no, I wish
I'm a little giddy.
I wish I were toddied. I wouldn't be so nervous. But
you don't seem nervous at all.
Okay.
So, do you play piano?
I do play piano. I do diddle the keys. I had a great piano teacher for like 6 years, from like 3rd grade to 9th grade. And then since the acting was becoming my full-time thing, he was like, you can't keep doing it. You either got to choose piano or acting. So, but yeah, he was a great teacher. I really liked the several years I was
Do you still play?
I mean, I can sit. We have a piano here. I haven't. I'm in a lot of trauma therapy right now, so I haven't taken advantage of sitting down and because of the marriage, the trauma therapy. I haven't sat down in a long time, but yeah, I can play like a bridge over troubled water without the music. All of this classical stuff, I'd have to pull the music out to get that going again. But
Kelvin's asking, what's your favorite?
Oh, favorite. Well, the only song I can play on the piano is Like a Bridge Over Troubled Water. And the song
so that's your favorite.
So that's my favorite. And the Jaws theme. Yeah, because all the pieces I played were all the classical pieces. I mean, not all of them, but Chopin and Bach and all of that stuff. So, yeah. Piano is the best, but can't play for long. Got arthritis in my hands. Someone said
yeah,
that.
No, yeah.
Can you see what I see?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's up on the screen.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So everybody actually can see it. Leo pulls the questions and comments right up onto the live show.
So cool. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Can you see what I see?
Oh,
do you hear what I hear? I just listened to Whitney Houston's version of that song last night, and she sings the hell out of it. Wait, yes. I just noticed that Leo's last name is Pond.
That is correct.
That is really precious. Pond.
You want to hear a funny story?
Oh yeah.
Well, you're going to tell us anyway.
I'm going to tell you anyway. So I've since remarried, and my wife, her last name was Walden.
Oh, on Walden Pond. I mean, Walden.
Yeah. So we had a Walden Pond wedding, and we actually went to Walden Pond for our wedding pictures, and the rangers there were like, oh my God, like when we went to the gate, they're like, called the other rangers over. You got to see this. You got to see this.
Yeah, because you can't make this shit up, folks.
No. So you were married on Walden Pond, and her last name's Walden. Is she hyphenating? Is she going by?
She's hyphenating,
yeah. Did you consider hyphenating yours and becoming Leo Walden Pond?
No. You so should. You so should. We set up a fucking GoFundMe for that one.
We got married in Mystic, but we had our yeah. So our pictures we took up in Walden Pond. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that is amazing.
You couldn't take them in Mystic. People puke there.
Actually, if I remember correctly, the Christmas card I got, the return address said Walden Pond.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. Yes, I have.
Am I correct on that, Leo?
Leo,
that is
make
correct.
sure you tell your wife that we say thank you for the Christmas cards.
I will.
I didn't send any out this year because I wasn't feeling fucking festive.
I didn't get one, Leo.
I'm sorry.
You better put her on the list for next year.
Yeah, I want to be on the list.
Okay.
Wait, there really is a neighborhood, a town called Walden Pond?
Oh, well, there's the actual
pond.
Walden Pond. Yeah. Where the author
right.
the book off. Yep.
But there is a town called Walden Pond? Am I so dumb?
No, it's a place in a town.
It's just a place. Okay. Ooh, that's embarrassing.
No, don't.
Embarrassing.
No,
well, it's okay. You saved it for an hour and 15 into the show.
Okay,
Don't
good.
even worry.
she's so dumb.
No.
She's dumb, and all she does is give blowjobs because she doesn't have a brain. Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't know the whole story behind it myself. So it's I went to trade school, so they didn't have us read that book in trade.
Yeah, I never read the book either. Did Jane Fonda show up from On Golden Bond?
No.
Oh, that was
That's meant to make you laugh. Katharine Hepburn, Henry Fonda.
Oh, jeez.
And the Loons. Okay, that's embarrassing. What are we going to talk about now? I do want to go. You know, when I lived in LA, my little balcony, I lived in LA from 95 to 2000. I could see Larry Flint's Hustler building. If ever I went on the balcony to read, I could see his building every day. But I didn't. I stood outside naked in front of the building, and he never. No, I would say to my dad when I was
She's
talking
back
to
again.
She's back again. Someone get her. Whenever I would talk to my dad, I'd be like, Dad, I'm looking at Larry's building. And I would say, hi, Larry. And my dad was like, he would be like, stop saying that. I was like, well, that's the building. Did you see the movie? Wasn't Woody Harrelson so good as Larry Flint?
Which I didn't see this.
Oh, The People versus Larry Flint. Woody Harrelson played Larry Flint.
No, I
Courtney
didn't see it.
Love. Oh, you got to see it. Courtney Love played his wife. Edward Norton played the young lawyer.
I didn't see that either. Did you see that, Leo?
When it came out a long time ago. So I have.
Well, Leo doesn't miss a movie when it comes out.
I do miss movies.
You know, I unfortunately, on the other side, don't have a lot of time to watch movies because I'm constantly booking guests for shows.
Right. Me, I might have seen it, but I probably would have forgotten about it if it was that long ago.
Billy, Woody is good in everything.
There's actually a new movie you might like recently. It's recently on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it. It's the story of National Lampoon.
Oh.
It's on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
I didn't see it.
It's sort of like a mockumentary, but it's based off of, what happened with National Lampoon and actually how it's responsible for Saturday Night Live.
Right.
But I mean, they go into the whole story and how National Lampoon was all set up to do a Saturday Night Live type of show, but they decided not to. And it's an amazing. I'll find out the name of it.
I figured you would. You're gonna Google it. Leo, where can they find out more about our amazing guest?
Well, so the movie is it's a futile and stupid gesture.
A futile and stupid gesture.
Yeah.
And it's a mockumentary, not a documentary.
It says it's based on a true story. So they say
but it mocks a true story.
It mocks
yeah, probably. There's probably some fibs in there. But if you want to learn more about our guests, definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. And I'm assuming you asked me that because it's about time.
Well, that's the first time you've said it in the whole hour and 18 minutes.
I said it earlier.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
I said it.
Yes, and Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but it is because you do have another show coming up.
Oh, you do? Will we ever get to hang out in person? Blowjobs all around. One for Jeff, one for Leo, one for Ben. As a way to say thank you.
I don't think my wife would approve.
Just as a thank you gift. Look, we've lost Ben. I like to practice. Or I need to practice. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 28, so I'm really behind.
Leo, do that thing you do.
I've given a lot of blue balls to men all around the country. That's why I've gotten better as I've gotten older.
Okay. I can't.
Well, on that note, I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. You can learn everything about Nancy in the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which, but I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. There's a ton of shows on the network. There's a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. And, we're you're hearing it here first. We're launching a radio station shortly.
Woohoo!
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. But with that, Nancy, where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
Physically,
in the adult chat rooms. No, I've been living under a rock. So wait, who said? Wait, what did Jeff say? Wait, say what you said again. Was it Jeff?
Where do you like people interacting with you on social media?
Yes. But Jeff said so. Was it Jeff or Ben who said something really funny that I missed? Jeff, you said something. But okay. Well,
I don't remember.
And if it was something funny, it was probably Ben.
No, okay. It was actually Jeff this time.
No, it was me. Yeah.
So I'm on.
I think I said physically.
Oh, physically, yes. And anytime, physically, I'm available. People can chat with me, and I'm open, literally and figuratively. No, I'm on Facebook as Nancy Ann Ritter, and I just started on Instagram. So those two places. Yes, so that. Does that answer? Oh, I'm all alone on the screen. Leo's gone. I'm talking to myself.
Oh, we're all here with you.
I know, but I can't see you. Is this when I go topless?
No.
Do you want to see? Can I do it?
Go, Leo.
Will it up your credits, or you want them to go to you want them to go to blank screen? Would it up your ratings?
Jeffrey.
Wait, do you want me to?
I plead the fifth.
Go.
What if you were like, we don't find you attractive, so we don't need to see them?
Jeffrey, you fuck.
Really?
I'm dying over here, guys. Yeah.
This is like entrapment.
I could do a little dance.
Do you want people to follow you anywhere, Jeffrey? Or are you just gonna sit there in silence?
No.
Leo has another show in 20 minutes.
Yes, he does. Okay. Yeah, no, what are we? Still toking.com.
Still stroking. Still stroking. Well, anytime you want me to, that I will. Yeah. Yep. I know I'm not Pamela Anderson or Cindy Crawford. Shit. Do you want to see my big banner? Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yeah.
Does it look stupid?
I see an eyeball.
Oh, Drew. Oh, God. It was the screen poster. You see?
Careful, you're gonna wrap yourself up in it.
Do you see it now? Oh, Ben wants you to wrap it up, Leo.
I just
wrap it up.
Yeah, but hang on, don't disappear because people will have to do something backstage.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Jesus. But yeah, so that was the end of season 2, folks. Yeah.
Don't ask me what just happened.
No fucking clue.
No. I plead the fifth. I am not responsible for anything previous.
Hey, it's my turn to talk. Do you see me on the screen?
Yep.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, I do.
I could have the monkey behind the keyboard mute your mic. I'm fucking dying. Make sure you tune in next week for the kickoff of season 3. We've got some amazing guests. All our guests are amazing. We have some super amazing guests coming.
Yes, we do.
We want to thank Nancy for taking the time tonight, coming out here, talking a little bit about Scream, making you all laugh. I'm sure you did, because I know I did. And I see a lot of laughing faces. But to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can do what we do. We'll see you next week. Stay safe. Have a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.